Hey guys, this is Mike with Hallucinations Creations. I'm going to show you guys our 12-volt wiper motor that we do offer. We sell this as a complete kit, individual. We also sell different linkages and mounting brackets made for it. It is 12 volt. It requires 5 amps to operate. Out of the box, it comes with the motor, it comes with the wiper arm, the mounting nut, and also 3 mounting bolts. The bolts, of course, go there, which would go to your mount. The wiper arm has about a 1.5 inch distance, so technically in a full revolution it would have a 3-inch stroke. When you do put this on your wiper motor, there is 2 different sizes. Don't know if the video can pick it up, but there's a small 5/16 hole and a little bit bigger one that's tapered. The bigger hole goes on to the wiper motor shaft, and then your nut uses a 1/2 inch wrench. We'll get that tightened up and that'll spin. Then you will connect a linkage from the arm over to your output, something hinged, something on a bearing to get it to operate. So as for the wiring, it does have a couple different options here. How it works is red is going to be your positive 12 volts coming in. And then it has 2 speeds, like I said. It has a green wire, which is 35 RPMs, and then a blue wire, which is going to be 50 RPMs. Both of these are going to be your ground, but you're only going to use one at a time, depending on the speed you're going to want. So let's get it hooked up real quick. We do sell these quick terminal connectors, and how it works is you take a small little Phillips screwdriver. It's marked on there positive and negative, so we're going to take our positive. We're going to put that in the terminal 1. Now, of course, I have these stripped a little bit longer. You're going to want to strip them a little shorter, just because you don't want both of the wires to touch and, could short out. Now, this is all low voltage, so nothing's going to shock you. Real safe working voltage. Let's get this tightened up here. All right, so I'm going to hook it up to our blue wire, which is going to be our 50 RPM high speed. Now, like I said, it does require 5 amps to operate. We do sell these power adapters. And I'm going to connect this straight up. So we'll plug our power adapter in. The other connector will go here. And once I plug this in, it will operate. So there we go. We got our motor operated. Now, this can be continuously used. There is controllers out there. We do recommend a controller called a almond motor from Purgatory Props. And you can control the scene, and if you want it to go left or right, backwards, forward, how fast it goes. That's a really good, reliable controller that they do offer. But most of these props is going to be more for a display, so continuous motion is generally preferred for these type of props, unless you want to get a little bit more detailed with it and do a little bit of tricky programming. That's where the controller would come in. Now, it is spinning to the left direction. If you do want to go in the opposite direction, all you would do is reverse the polarity. So in this case, the red wire is going to be the ground. So we'll hook that up into the negative terminal. And then the blue wire is going to be your positive wire. So we'll hook that up. Now this will get your motor spinning in the opposite direction. So either way works. However you want to do it, preferably would be red to the positive, blue or green, depending on your speed choice, to the negative. So that's how you change the polarity of the motor to get the left or the right direction. Now, we do sell these wired barrel connectors. Instead of using this quick connect, you can get this connector here and pretty much solder that on there, and it's a bulletproof connection instead of using the screw terminals. Now, we do sell this in a couple different options here. I'm just going to reverse this polarity back to normal. because we do sell a adjustable power supply. So what it does, it puts out 5 volts, or 5 amps, excuse me, and it is able to change the voltage. So lowering the voltage of the wiper motor will ideally make it go slower. So here we have the adjustable power adapter. I'm just going to move this out of the way. And it does have a knob on here to control the voltage along with the display. So we'll get this plugged in. Now, when you are using either the adjustable voltage power adapter or one of our speed controllers, you do want to use the high-speed wire at all times. So your wiring would go red and blue hooking up. So we got a power adapter on, and you could see by lowering the voltage, it changes the speed. Now the only downside of doing this method, lowering the voltage, does reduce the torque a bit. Nothing crazy, but it does reduce the torque just a little bit. But it does work good. A lot of haunters do prefer this method as a cheaper alternative to be able to control the speed of your prop. So it is an option that we do offer. What we do offer also is, like I said, our speed controller. This comes wired in the correct wire orientation, the color-coded. So I will get that hooked up here. We do have a diagram on our website to show you how to get that going here. But ideally, all of the red wires, which is going to be the positive, will go together. I will just do it this way. Your blue wire is going to go to the blue wire. And your black wire will go to the black wire. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, there's 2 extra wires here, a yellow and a black. That's going to be for a parking feature, which the Amen Duo, or the Amen Motor Controller by Purgatory Props, does offer. So what that means is you can have this motor be stopped in a certain position. So if you say you want it to go only 180 degrees instead of a full revolution, that controller will be connected to the yellow or the black wire, and there's a switch inside that will limit that motor to not go any further. So it's a little more intricate, but you can really dial it in. So for the speed controller, we have, like I said, all red wires connected, which is our positive, our black to black from our power inlet barrel connector, and our blue to blue with the negative terminal. Now with this, you are going to use a 12 volt 5 amp power adapter, not a adjustable. We do sell this as an all-in-one kit. Comes real easy to hook up. We do have a lever nut, quick connectors, if you do choose to use that, which we include in the kit. Or bulletproof method would be to solder all the connectors, electrical tape them, then heat shrink or just wrap them all up, just so it's a good firm connection. So I'm gonna lower this all the way. We will get our power adapter hooked up and make sure none of the wires are touching. And we will turn this on. There you go. Full speed. Off. About half. Full. Now this is the preferred method to adjust the speed of the wiper motor. This one does not lower the torque of the motor, but what it does, it sends pulses to the motor, and it always gives it full torque and full power at all times. So there is that. I'm just going to disconnect this here. So that goes over the wiring on how to wire up the 12 volt wiper motor. Out of here, we do sell different brackets to get the motor hooked up. We do have a couple different options. This is our raised mount. So how that would work is you got your motor here. It's going to be upside down. You have your mounting holes. And take your screws, bolts actually, and bolt that down to the metal frame. Now these are 10mm thread, so you will need a 10mm wrench for these bolts. So once you got that down there, and what this does, it gives you a firm mount to mount the wiper motor to, say, a wood base or a metal base or whatever, however you plan to do it. So we get that on there. And then we do offer different linkages. These are all 5/16 thread. And the linkage has these little bearings in there for any type of misalignment. Also going to make sure that the prop lasts quite a long time. And you just want to put a little bit of grease on this after you build your prop. And this would get bolted to your wiper arm. And then as it spins, say if you have a hinge here, this would connect to a bar that pivots. And as the motor spins, it pushes this bar out, creating it to rock something back and forth. Now we do sell a bunch of our DIY mechanisms ready to go. This is for the people that want to do a little more hands-on, do it yourself. We also offer different brackets here. So this is our big base mounting plate. This would mount to the end of here. So say if you had just a 2x4 that was hinged here and you want to just have a bigger clamping force to mount to the 2x4, that would get bolted onto there, and that would be your output shaft to make it turn. We do offer also a PVC bracket. Some haunters like to build stuff out of PVC. It's readily available, cheaper in price to build. But this one has a clamp that clamps onto a PVC pipe, and then your linkage would mount onto that. So if you have the PVC, either turning, spinning, however it is, this clamps onto it and gives you a good connection instead of just drilling a hole through the PVC and letting it pivot. So that sums up the windshield wiper tutorial. All of them come with a QR code on the motors that you guys can scan, bring these right to our instruction website, and get you guys covered. These can be found on our website at hallucinationscreations.com. And if you have any questions, you can hit us up, email us at hallucinationscreations@gmail.com.